Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're Aunt Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayer, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. On in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. Grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Don't forget Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word, oh yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house, oh yeah. You know you're in a house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on in and hit the light. Oh, you're Auntie Mickey's. Yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. Come on, y'all. Can we get a hand clap? Can we get a little hand clap or something like that? It's Tuesday. Yes. One more day into the week. And you know I live for the weekends. Living for the weekend. Shoot. Don't get me started. Where is my background? See, I am so sick and tired of StreamYard. They tripping. Let me give you a background. There you go. How y'all doing this evening? I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope that you guys had a wonderful evening last night and what we discussed. And, you know, hey, we done started out the year with a boom with these brothers that's being identified as stepping over into another realm. But nevertheless, hey, that's their business. But, oh my goodness. Let me say hello to everybody. I know my husband has got to be at the top of the list. Hello, baby. How are you, sweetheart? Hey, Mr. Phillips. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Satin Doll. Hello, Rachel Haynes. And Dawn is in the house. Now, I know Discerning 8 will not be here for the rest of the month. I believe she said that her church is in consecration for the month, so she won't be doing any moderating YouTube, I guess. So just know if you don't see Discerning 8, that's why. So hello, Dawn. Hello, Millionaires Cove. How's it going, sweetheart? Hello, Retretta. Good to see you. Ron Cooley's in the house. Hello, Ron. How's it going, love? Let's see who else we got up in here. I know my kinfolk is in here. There's Donovan Clinton. How's it going, sweetie? Yes. Okay, so I made it down to the bottom of the list real quick. I hope y'all hit the like button as you come in. I've come to realize that like button decides who gets notified and who gets, whether or not YouTube even pushes your videos out. So I'm glad to see that my family is here. And I'm sure that you guys saw the message on the top, the title. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm just curious. I know that I used to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta all the time. But I never really got into the Salt Lake City wives for obvious reasons. I ain't gonna go no further with that. But there's a lady by the name of Mary Cosby that has been on that show, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And apparently she's a pastor. Oh boy, Dawn, you have definitely missed out. You've definitely missed out. There's a docuseries out on TLC. I encourage everybody to go and watch it. I really do. I encourage everybody in the house to go check it out. Because, we hear about cults all the time. Especially people our age, we was around when Jim Jones was doing his thing and took all them people over to Guyana. Okay. David Koresh in Waco, Texas, with all that artillery he had. and all those people following him, just blindly following. That's what we remember as a cult. And even the weird people that had these weird hairstyles and lived in a house, and they all decided one day that they were going to lay down and die so the UFOs could come and pick them up. I can't even remember that joker's name. He was a weird looking dude. He had this real funny looking what was it, a silver bowl cut. And yeah, it had these people convinced that the UFOs were going to come get him. So they all laid down and died. Excuse me. I choked on my tea. Hold on just a second. I need to get a sip of water. Okay, that's better. Much better, much better. So, Satin said that the Salt Lake City Housewives finale is on tonight on Bravo. Not sure if any highlight about Mary will air or not. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing a lot of talking about her. She's one of the most controversial on that show. Matter of fact, I think she's the only black person on that show, now that I think about it. Because it's Salt Lake City, Utah. Ain't too many of us over there. But nevertheless, I digress. But Mary Cosby has a very strange story. Very, very strange story that put her in the pastorship of this particular church that she's over. And the name of the church is Temple Pentecostal Church. So she's running a Pentecostal church, her and her husband. But here's the weird part. Mary Cosby is married to her grandmother's husband. I'm going to say that again. Mary Cosby is married to her grandmother's husband. Once her grandmother passed away, she married her step grandpa. I'm sorry. Let's get that clear. Her step grandpa. He's still a grandpa. I don't care if step, stop, stoop, whatever. He's still a grandpa. Now this man married her grandmother years ago, and he was 20 years her junior. She was 20 years older than him. And now that she had passed away, he ends up marrying the granddaughter, who's 20 years younger than him. Now, the grandmother is the one that started the church. She is the pastor and founder of Temple Pentecostal Church. Her name is Dr. Rosemary Redmond. Rosemary Redmond Cosby, as a matter of fact. And of course, he's a so-called Bishop Robert C. Cosby. I call him so-called because a lot of these people are self-appointed. And those of you that were raised in Pentecostal church and Church of God in Christ, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these so-called bishops, not every bishop that calls himself bishop is appointed. Some are self-appointed. We'll make that part clear. But this young lady, she's very opulent. She's got a very, very, she's really into material things, big time. That's why first of all, that's why she's on the show. You know, if you notice, all of these wives on these Real Housewives shows are rich. No relation to Bill Cosby. No, Mr. Phillips. And how are you, by the way? But yeah, no relation to Bill Cosby. But yeah, 20 years older than Mary is her husband. And there's a docuseries by the name of, let's see, the name of it, let me get it for you. I've been deep diving on this. I am appalled. I really am. I'm simply appalled that people are following this woman and her husband. Now let's see, the documentary is on TLC, The Cult of the Real Housewife. That's the name of this docuseries. It's a 3-part docuseries entitled Cult of the Real Housewife. All right? And again, I encourage y'all to go check it out. You will be floored. You will be floored by the behavior. And it's cult-like behavior as well. But it's indicative of what we've been seeing in the churches for years when it comes to money, control. Oh yeah. Diabolical. Rachel Haynes said, I remember seeing something about this lady. Her grandma started a cult and her family believed everything she said. I saw that in passing on YouTube. Well, to be honest about it, Rachel, I don't think the grandmother started this church as a cult. I truly believe, based on what I saw, she was genuine in her faith. It didn't become cult-like until Grandma died. When Grandma died and her husband stepped in as, the head, and then married the granddaughter, which they claim that the grandmother told him. He claims that she told him that when I pass away, I want you to marry one of my girls. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. Yes, I did, Mr. Phillips. I got back my money. I actually, you know what? I was down by about $40. I can't complain. I had fun. But nevertheless, this docuseries is a trip. I can't push it any harder than I am. I mean, there's no other way to explain this. Absolutely, Millionaire's Code. Things always change after Grandma dies. Or Grandpa. You know what I mean? So I've got a lot of notes here. Just bear with me. Because this show had me mesmerized. It really did. And there's some people that you guys may even be familiar with here on YouTube. There were a couple of content creators that I saw that I've seen their shows in the past. One of which was Sherelle from Sherelle's World. Hi, Camille. So there was Sherelle from Sherelle's World. And then there was also Kempire. Now, there were other content creators, though, that I didn't recognize. But those two is specifically ones that I recognized. So you'll see them in the documentary as well. But it just floors me how gullible people can be. Now, I did pull up an article from People magazine that I will share with you. Now, I would love to play the thing. I would love to play the docuseries for you. But for obvious reasons, I couldn't play it if I wanted to. I'd get struck so hard by YouTube, it'd be crazy. Hello, Diane. So first of all, let me just go through this article with you. 10 jaw-dropping bombshells from the Mary Cosby docuseries, The Cult of the Real Housewife. The Cult of the Real Housewife alleges that Mary Cosby had an affair with an ex-congregant among other shocking claims. So this article comes out blazing, for real. And here we have Mary Cosby. Y'all recognize her? Put a 1 in the chat if you recognize her. Now here's a few of the things that y'all need to know about this docuseries. TLC's The Cult of the Real Housewife, which premiered on January 1st, examines the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby. In the docuseries, several ex-congregants accuse Mary and her husband, Robert Cosby Sr., of financial abuse and cult-like practices. Yeah, I never watched it either, Barbara, because like I said, me in Salt Lake City, Utah, no, not interested. But when I saw this, I became extremely interested in this topic because I think we all have had our connection with the church coming up. Mary has previously denied allegations that her faith Temple Pentecostal Church is a cult. A new docuseries accuses the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby and her husband, Robert Cosby Sr., of turning the church started by Mary's grandmother into a cult. Okay, Camille. And the shocking allegations don't stop there. TLC's The Cult of the Real Housewife, which premiered on January 1, takes a deep dive into Salt Lake City's Faith Temple Pentecostal Church, which is led by Mary and Robert Sr. The couple took over the church after Mary's grandmother and the church's founder, Dr. Rosemary Mama Redmond Cosby, died in 1997. And Mary married Rosemary's widowed husband and her former step-grandfather, Robert Sr. While their unconventional marriage has caused a stir since Mary joined Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in 2020, some former Faith Temple members allege in the docuseries that their union is more than just odd. In the 3 episodes, several ex-congregants accuse Mary and Robert Sr. of financial abuse, cult-like practices, and an extramarital affair. Mary is responsible for destroying the church and the legacy that was attached to it. Michael Enoch, a former Faith Temple member, claimed in the docuseries. Mary, who has previously denied allegations that Faith Temple is a cult, has not publicly addressed any of the specific accusations made in the documentary. The same is true of her husband, Robert Sr. Their representative has not responded to multiple requests for comment from people. However, Mary called the project sad and ashamed when asked about it at BravoCon 2025. It's horrible. That's what I think, she said, and it's not true. Here's everything to know about the biggest bombshells alleged in the cult of the Real Housewife. It says here, Mary's cousin claimed she had an affair with a former congregation member. Now, her own family is coming out with some of these allegations. Hello, those of you that have just walked in. Hit the like button, you guys. Mary's cousin claimed she had an affair with a former congregation member. This dude right here is the congregation member that she allegedly had an affair with. And since then has deceased. He's deceased now. In the docuseries, Mary's first cousin, Dan Cosby, alleged that ex-Faith Temple congregant Cameron Williams told him over the phone that he'd had an affair with Mary. Ooh, this is messy. This is so messy. Dan said that during the phone call, which was apparently recorded and played in parts in the documentary, Cameron claimed Mary had come to his house and asked him to play certain music. After they sat down together, Cameron allegedly told Dan that Mary grabbed his hand and began rubbing her. Kind of sound like last night with Donnie McClurkin. What is this thing about grabbing people's hands, rubbing on yourself? What's up with that? Okay, I'll leave that alone. According to Cameron, he put his hand in her vajayjay. Dan claimed. I said, what? Then Dan said Cameron alleged that he and Mary had relations. Whew, Jesus. This is the church, y'all. This is church, folks. Do this surprise you? This is church, folks. The docuseries alleges that Cameron also told another former congregant, Ernest Enoch, about his tryst with Mary, as well as Mary's older sister, Denise Jefferson Odanaka. He said, me and Mary had an affair, Ernest claimed in the documentary. I said, this is crazy. These people are ministers. They're supposed to be preaching. Cameron died in 2021 from complications from brain tumor surgery. Mary's representative has not yet responded to people's request for comment. Yes, millionaire, this is a hot, steamy hot mess. Come on, get back up there. Get back up there. Mary and Robert Jr., I want to call him Jr. all the time. Mary and Robert Sr. allegedly demanded money from their congregants. Several ex-congregants of Faith Temple claimed in the documentary that Mary and Robert Sr. pressured church members into making financial donations known as heave offerings. Initially, these heave offerings would occur every 6 months, according to Rosalind Enoch, a former Faith Temple member. But then it started to increase over time, she alleged. We could have just had a heave offering meeting, and then in another week or two, we're having another meeting where we're being told there's an emergency and they need $100,000. Jesus. Y'all got it going on like that. Mm-mm. They need it by Thursday. Are you serious? You gonna call a meeting after church on Sunday and say, yeah, I know we just had this heave offering, but we this is an emergency. We need $100,000. We need it by Thursday. The worst announcement you could hear when you walked into that church is, tell everybody don't leave. We need to have an emergency saints meeting. You knew it was going to be about money. Rosalind alleged that during these heave meetings, Robert Sr. would instruct ushers stand in front of the doors so that members couldn't leave. Who does that remind y'all of? Never would have made it. I never would have paid it. Kiss my ass. You must be out your mind. Marvin Sapp, didn't he tell him shut the doors? Shut the doors, don't let nobody out. They better not, Diane. They better not drink that Kool-Aid. Ain't no telling what's in it. Where was I? Rosalind alleged that during these heave meetings, Robert Sr. would instruct ushers to stand in the front in front of the doors so that members couldn't leave. What is this a common practice in the church? We're going to raise a certain amount of money and we ain't letting you out until you do it. You got me twisted. I'd have peed on somebody's foot. You going to move. You going to move out of my way today. You got me twisted. Once she even texted her debit card number to the member who collected the funds, she said. It was a lot. This money is getting bigger and bigger, Rosalind claimed. There were people cashing out 401ks, losing homes. It got to be a financial embarrassment for some. It sure has, Barbara. Robert Sr. was allegedly physically abusive to younger boys in Faith Temple. This part tripped me out too. It reminded me of a pastor I went to. I'll leave that alone. After marrying Rosemary in 1975, who was the grandma, he married her in 1975. Robert Sr. and other elders within the church began holding meetings with the young boys in the congregation every Saturday. These meetings, which were known as the Brotherhood, were trying to teach us to be men, Dan said in the Docuseries. Initially, the meetings involved having the boys do physical activities such as running or push-ups, but then it started becoming abusive, Dan alleged. In the cult of the Real Housewife, Dan alleged that Robert Sr. and other elders would have them do military-style drills, because apparently he used to be in the military. But these are kids. Come on now. Dan also claimed that Robert Sr. and the other elders once stuck pins under their knees to keep them compliant. Oh, Jesus, try that now. At any given Pentecostal church. And people gonna forget about, they gonna have to repent later. I wish somebody would try that with my grandkids or my sons back in the day. The elders once stuck pins under their knees to keep them compliant. Lord have mercy. Rosemary was informed about the alleged abuse by one of their children, claimed Sam Kelly, Rosemary and Robert Sr.'s son and Mary's uncle. Rosemary then put a stop to the Brotherhood meeting, so apparently she was unaware that these men were doing this. And being the head of the church, she put a stop to it immediately. Oh my goodness. Mary was allegedly disfellowshipped from the church by her grandmother. Now, from what I understand, this chick was a hot mess coming up. Couldn't tell her nothing. She was running them streets, doing the most. And finally her grandmother put her out the church, excommunicated her. Mary was supposedly a troublemaker growing up, according to Rosalind and Michael. She was allegedly known for being wild, frequently running away, and liking dudes with a reputation and a little bit of money. Michael said, at one point Mary allegedly stole her older sister Denise's car and took off for 2 weeks, Denise claimed. I'd have beat the snot out of her. You gonna take my car? For 2 weeks? I gotta go find you? She lucky she still... She'd have had a club foot. I'm sorry. I'd have gave her a club foot. Steal my car again. She was doing stuff that was bringing reproach to the church, Denise alleged in the docuseries. My grandmother knew, and she couldn't continue to let Mary get away with that, which is why she got disfellowshipped. Being disfellowshipped was Faith Temple's way of excommunicating its members. You are not allowed to participate in the service until you find your way back to God, Kim Cosby, Dan's wife and former Faith Temple member, explained in The Cult of the Real Housewife. Mary was allegedly still disfellowshipped when her grandmother, Rosemary, unexpectedly died in 1997. Mary's grandmother allegedly didn't leave Mary her church or stipulate that she marry Robert Sr., but that's what they lied and said in this docuseries. She'd have got that Negan bat for real. Mary has repeatedly claimed on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that her marriage to Robert Sr. was arranged by her grandmother Rosemary. Before she passed, she made it very clear that she wanted me to be the one to take her place in the church and inherit everything. I don't buy that one bit, and you know why? She wouldn't have never excommunicated you if that was the case. So she's a lie from hell right there. She said that in season 1 of the Bravo reality series. Please. That came with homes, money, our church, and also marrying her husband. What? Ain't no way. However, in The Cult of the Real Housewife, Denise claimed that this wasn't true. Instead, she alleged that Mary began spending time with Robert Sr. after Rosemary's death, and Robert Sr. bought her a BMW. What do you think he was buying that for her for? She's staying over at the house with him, doing Lord knows what. And she must have put it on him because he bought her a Beamer. Wow. Unbelievable. Before she passed, she made it very clear that she wanted me to be the one to take her place in the church and inherit everything, Mary said in season 1 of the Bravo reality series. That came with homes, money, our church, and also marrying her husband. However, in The Cult of the Real Housewife, Denise claimed that this wasn't true. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Some of the things that she's saying about it being an inheritance, it is one of the biggest lies that she's told. Denise claimed in the docuseries for Robert Sr. to allow her to get on TV and say Mama wanted her to have this and that and the other. He knows better. Here's another so-called lie that she's been telling. Mary and her siblings were allegedly on welfare. In the season 5 premiere of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Mary argued with fellow cast member Brittany Bateman after Brittany tried to bond with Mary over their supposedly poor upbringings. Mary was deeply offended by the comment and claimed that she was never poor, a statement that her sister Denise refuted in the docuseries. Mary says a lot of things, and it's just contradictory to the way that we were raised and the way that we came up, Denise claimed. We were on the welfare and we didn't have anything, and the struggle was always there. She continued, don't get on TV talking about you had money because you know that's not the case. Mary married Robert Sr. 19 days after divorcing her husband. Well, that was a lie. Mary has previously denied on the season 1 reunion of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that there was any overlap between her marriage to her first husband, a man named Dana. She told host Andy Cohen, that she and Dana split over irreconcilable differences and that it had nothing to do with Robert Sr. However, in the docuseries, investigative journalist Cheyenne Roundtree appeared to show court documents suggesting that Mary and Robert Sr. were married on September 25th, 1998. Meanwhile, her divorce from Dana was allegedly signed on September 8th, 1998, 19 days prior. The timeline shows there was some crossover happening. Cheyenne claimed in the docuseries, Mary's not telling the full story about what happened. This woman is a lie. Oh my God. And this dude here, he looks like Uncle Fester for real. I'm just saying. Mary and Robert Sr. reportedly expected some Faith Temple members to work for free. See, these are all signs of a cult. This is what cults do. They break people down, they insult them, they treat them bad, convince these people that their way is the only way, and you're damned to hell if you don't follow us. And they had some of these people working for free in their house as servants. As servants. Unpaid servants. As the bishop and first lady of Faith Temple, Robert Sr. and Mary allegedly expected congregation members to work for free at their home. Rosalind claimed that she worked in their home as a personal assistant and housekeeper for 5 years and was never paid. 5 years of never being paid. She'd have paid me. I took some of that stuff out of her house. There is my payment. Give me a few of them Chanel bags. A couple of these fur coats. I don't even like fur coats. Hey, nephew. How you doing, sweetie? They had people cleaning. They had people doing bills. They had people grocery shopping. Susie Tunson, a former Faith Temple member, claimed in the docuseries. Rosalind also shared stories of how Robert Sr. and Mary allegedly treated other congregation members and household workers. Susie's sister, Pat Tunson. So apparently, there was a lady named Pat Tunson and Susie, who was also a member. Her sister worked for them for a very long time. She's an older lady. Oh-wee. Rosalind alleged that Robert Sr. and Mary were verbally abusive towards Pat. Robert and Mary talked to Pat so badly, Rosalind claimed. Things like, you're a slave. You're going to work here until you die, because if you don't, you're going to die anyway and you're going to hell. Oh, Lord have mercy. Pat died in 2024 at the age of 81 of natural causes while working for Mary and Robert. She worked for them people until the day she died. 81 years old. Jesus. Robert Sr. and Mary were accused of harassing a church member. In the docuseries, Kim accused Robert Sr. and Mary of harassing her. According to Kim's account, Robert Sr. and Mary first began targeting her after the three of them took a trip to California together. Following the trip, Mary contacted Kim and claimed that she wanted her life, including Robert Jr., Sr. Why do I keep calling him Jr.? Mary contacted Kim and claimed that she wanted her life, including Robert Sr. Wow. Robert was my husband's grandfather, Kim alleged on the docuseries. That's the way I looked at him. As a result, Kim claims she was forced to attend counseling sessions at Robert Sr. and Mary's house. The sessions where Kim was accused of having Satan traits of jealousy and envy became more frequent and more intense, until they were occurring daily, Dan alleged. When she wasn't at their house for the purported sessions, Kim would allegedly receive incessant text messages from Mary and Robert Sr. If I saw their name on the phone, I would get full-blown physical anxiety, Kim claimed. It was like torture. Wow. Members of Faith Temple allegedly believe that Mary and Robert Sr. are God, according to the 6 members who spoke to Cheyenne for her September 2001 The Daily Beast story. The docuseries also provided alleged footage of Mary preaching at Faith Temple, in which she seemingly tells her congregants that she is the one mediator between God and man. Wow. In Faith Temple, Mary and Bishop took the place of God, and we paid for it, Denise claimed. This woman was diabolical. These are comments about this chick. Now, I'm not able to I can't play the docuseries, but I do have a couple of audio clips that I guess I should try to play them, if you'll just bear with me. I have the initial clip at the beginning. Absolutely 4748X. Let me see if I can play this clip for you. Hold on just a second. This is just the intro. This is the intro to the docuseries. I want you to hear this. And I'll turn down this music. Okay. Bear with me just a moment. I'm going to turn this up as high as it'll go. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should speed this up too.
There is one God, and one mediator between God and man. Who do you think that is? You. I don't know. I ain't saying, but you ain't coming back unless you come to me up back.
What the Faith Temple Church is going on?
Tonight, former congregation members of Faith Temple Church claim Real Housewife star Mary Cosby is running a cult.
Mary's the pastor of Faith Temple Pentecostal Church. She is touted as one of the wealthiest housewives of Salt Lake City. She's quirky, funny.
I love her and I hate her.
She is reality television gold.
And she's married to her grandmother's husband.
Thank you.
This was the reason that people were watching the show.
Mary.
You have this woman who married her step-grandfather, took over the church, and the church is being called a cult.
I cannot believe Miss Mary Cosby.
Is it a cult? Where was she getting all her money from?
There's obviously a scandal here. A big one. It's time for people to know the truth, so that the people can see for themselves who she is and what she's about. This was always a need for money.
They need 100,000. They need it by Thursday.
It's about manipulation. It's about control.
She has a spell on these people.
There was a fear of leaving.
You had to do what Mary and Robert said, or your salvation is at risk.
That's a big red flag. In mind control cults, power, money, and sex are the three universals.
They used the pulpit to torment you.
It was all in the premise of God, holiness and hell.
Isolation became more frequent. You can't talk to other members.
It's unbelievable, the pain.
They have no idea what she's capable of.
So there's the first clip. I'll play another clip. Hopefully I won't get struck for it. But I'm not going to play it right now. But again, this is indicative of what we've seen in the past as far as cult-like behavior. And we don't see it in the black church as much as we think, but in the same token, if you think back to some of what we've experienced, if you just think back to some of the things that we've experienced in the past, I can actually tell you, I don't know if I told y'all this story before about my pastor, the one that told me I was dumb when I was 5. Okay, that joker. He had the mitigated gall to ask the congregants, a small set of people, to take out mortgages on their homes, give him the money so he can go out and get another church, a bigger church. That's diabolical. But it's not. This was back in the late 60s. This has been going on for years in churches. Now, apparently they did something similar to this. I'm not going to tell you the whole show. I want y'all to go check it out. But I mean to tell you, this is some diabolical stuff. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Cece says, I get told I'm dumb all the time. Part of being blonde. But see, sweetheart, I was 5 when my teacher, who happened to be the pastor, told me that. Only because I asked him, why don't I get a piece of candy on my paper like the rest of the kids? And he says, 'cause you dumb. Absolutely. It is abuse. It is abuse. I mean, you know, at some point in time, how do you put a stop to this? You don't. You just try to make people aware. When you see it, speak it. This woman is on a reality TV show. Think about that. She's on a reality TV show. She owns she's mental. She owns a multitude of properties. When I say a multitude, I mean, to me, a multitude is anything over 3-4 houses. That's a multitude to me. I got one house and I'm grateful for the one. But she owns homes in Vegas. She owns a home in Vegas. She owns a home in Florida. She got a mansion in Salt Lake City. And a couple other properties. She's walking around in designer clothes. Fendi bags. Gucci purses. Mink stoles, fur coats, you name it. She wears Prada. They said the devil wears Prada, and I guess she should know. It's sick. It's a sick individual, and all for the sake of, all in the name of God, for one thing. You know, there's a problem when you're in a congregation. Now that I don't know, Cece, but I can tell you this: if you're in a congregation and you're on a fixed income, and someone tells you, "I need X amount of dollars," and they driving in a Rolls Royce or a Beamer or a Cadillac, and I'm catching the bus, bitch, you got me twisted. But she's very abusive, verbally abusive to the congregation. Now somebody in her congregation leaked. They leaked. She was going off on the congregation about not getting enough presents for her birthday. Can you believe this? I'm gonna play that for you. Hold on just a second.
Coming here drinking me. I ain't fix on y'all staying. I'm doing everything else. Y'all ain't little bit. Handling me at times. Your parents keep birthday parties. Don't steal yourself. No, people.
This was somebody in the congregation who was obviously hurt, who has dealt with this before, or else they wouldn't have taken their phone out and recorded it.
I'm gonna pull people around me. You pull yourself. And if you ain't for it, you stand, so you still for it. God said you was
To hear this audio clip where she is ripping into people, you kind of go, wait, is that real? Like, which version of Mary is real?
Is that a blip or what? She told them people, I don't want to be around no po people. God says you po. And if you ain't po, you're broke. You stingy. At what point in time do you just get up and go? Yes, Millionaires Cove. She thinks she's God. They both do. They pretty much said so. They pretty much said so. But if this isn't some demonic shit, I don't know what is. And it's playing out right on national television. Right on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, Diane, you my girl. Diane said, that's sad when they played so bad by so-called pastors. They play them using God. She needs her ass kicked. She needs more than her ass kicked. More than her ass kicked. She needs her ass, her back, her head. Shit. Now there's some other things in this docuseries, because like I said, it's a 3-part docuseries. And I'm not gonna hold y'all long. Okay? We've been here in an hour so far. And I'm gonna cut this pretty soon, I should say. But just a few things just to let you know that there are some things that are red flags in the behavior of how they conduct business and how they behave with their congregation. Now, she didn't have much of a relationship with her mother. Okay. But apparently, let's see, it says Mary was married let me see. Mary's estranged from her mother. Her mother's name is Rosalind Cazares. Now, Mary was born in 1972, and she fell out with her mother when she was about 19 or 20 years old. And she was a pretty wild child. She ran away a lot. Didn't attend class very much. But she was a shit starter. She was definitely a shit starter. And that's why her grandmother disfellowshipped her from the church. But after Grandma died, Mary started sticking around Robert. And out of the blue, he bought her a Beamer. Wow. And she was married at the time. So, I mean, that just goes to show that she ain't shit. She ain't shit. They even went so far as to humiliate her first husband. That man, her first husband, Mary's first husband, was raised in that church. He was a member of this church. Her grandmother loved him. He was there since he was a little boy. But to make their relationship look like, it was God sent, they came up with this BS that, they had irreconcilable differences, brought him up in front of the church and publicly humiliated him. It's a wonder that, let me shut up. But the difference between that husband and this husband is that this husband she got right now got money. And we know how he got that money. Being married to her grandmother. She built an empire pretty much. And this chick just swooped right in and took over. While she was married to her first husband. Which, inevitably, he was broke. Yes, he's old. He's old. But the level of disrespect to not only her grandmother, but everybody, the entire congregation, her family, all for the sake of dressing nice, wearing beautiful clothes. She's clearly a narcissist. Yeah, she married him for the money. And he married her because she's a young thing. Wow. But they publicly humiliated that man in front of the church. And then a few days after that humiliation, that's when she and her soon-to-be husband brought that man divorce papers. Now, on April 26, 1998, this is before they got married, actually. They had something they now call the walkout service. This is where the church then divided. And Mary's mom was there. Now, she was against the marriage coming up with this dude. And she got up in the pulpit and she condemned it. And what happened was that then put into effect a division in the church that literally broke out into fights during service. There were people on the mother's side who didn't agree, and there were people on the bishop and Mary's side who did agree. And they all broke out fighting, physically fighting during this service in the church. So someone had to call the police. Can you imagine having to call the police because the church is having a rumble? But it was just, again, the way that cults generally control people. They divide families, they manipulate marriages, they abuse children. I mean, all of these things. Of course, they manipulate your money. They make you think that you're nothing. How else? How can you have people work for you for free, cleaning behind your ass? And this person has a whole place of their own to clean. That is some diabolical, raunchy shit. So Mary, apparently, her mom actually started her own church. But Mary claims, now this is how foul this Mary chick is. Mary goes out there and tells everybody, yeah, my mom is just jealous, basically. She felt like she should be the new wife. Give me a break. I don't want to go off too much more into this. I want you guys to go check it out. That's what I want y'all to do. This is a little bit of homework. We can talk about this on the next live, but I would love for you guys to literally go and watch the docuseries. It's on TLC. Now, if you don't have TLC, you can find it on Hulu. You can find it on Hulu, but you will have to buy a subscription to TLC. There's a way to get to it because I had to do it myself. But just some of the crazy things. I mean, they do surveillance. Hi, Lady Letitia. How are you, sweetie? How goes the battle? Hold on just a second. If you want to come up, love, I put the link in the chat. We just talking about this cult. We're talking about a cult here. And something done happened to my background. There we go. So yeah, I mean, they did things like if they weren't there at church and they're still having church. Just think, to kind of visualize this. You go to church, your pastor and the bishop are not there that day. Maybe they're out of town or whatever. But of course, you still have church. Somebody else is going to be there to preach. But they set cameras up in that church so they could surveil the church while they're not there. And they would sit there and watch the church services. And that woman would literally call people or text people during the service, just chewing them out about different stuff that she's observed while they're sitting there in church. What kind of control demon is that? That is some diabolical behavior. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how people can be so manipulated, especially today. Oh, you got a storm going on, Lady Letitia? Oh my goodness. You be careful, sweetie. You be careful. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to go ahead and end the live because I did promise another content creator, Bites and Beyond TV. She's live right now on this very subject, and I promised her that I would come over and get on her panel. And you guys are free to join, so set your notifications. I may be going live with her in a few minutes. So if you want to come on over there and watch the show as well, because we're going to deep dive into this together. Goose night. So again, I'm going to cut the show short. I'm going to go on over to Sammy's channel. What's her name? Whose name? The content creator where I'm going? I'm going to Bites and Beyond TV. That would be Sammy. But if you set your notifications, you'll get a notification that I'm going live with her. Okay? So if you want to come on over there, Bites and Beyond TV, set your notifications. I'm heading over there in a few. She's live right now. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live, you guys. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Do you have the link? No, but if you set your notifications, you'll get a notification that I'm going live with her. So you'll be able to jump in that way. Okay, Satin? You don't have to go to hers. You can actually go through mine because I'm going to share. I'm going to be on her live with her, and I'm streaming as well. So we're going to share the stream. Okay? Okay, y'all. I will see you guys in a little bit. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see you. Love you.
Hey there, my kinfolk. Thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight. No matter where you're from, near or far, you're our shining star. Just who you are. Stay tuned, stay strong, and keep the love inside. Auntie Mickey's house,